Hello students, good morning. Welcome to Q&I class. My name is Dr. Meghna Garg and I am biology faculty at Q&I. So students, before beginning the class, please confirm whether am I audible or not. Am I audible everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Audible now. Kindly unmute yourself or you can type it in the chat box. Type it in the chat box everyone. Okay, thank you for confirming. Thank you, everyone. So, students, I hope you are preparing well for your upcoming examinations. So, the chapter which I have picked up for today's class is life processes. Life processes, students, you must have already started to cover this chapter during your normal classes in school. So, in today's class, we are going to begin this chapter again. So, with a fresh mind, with a fresh state of mind, let's begin this chapter. Further, what all prerequisites you people need to have an idea of before beginning this class. So you should have a basic idea of the term living and non-living. I think every one of you must have heard of this, living and non-living. I can assure on your behalf, but still, type it in the chat box. I think you must have heard of these terms, living and non-living. Yes, everyone. Yes. So, yes, most of you must have heard, most of you, or rather, I can say everyone must have heard about what is living and what is non-living. Rest, all of the things we would be covering in this class. So, I just need you to have a basic idea that what is living and what is non-living. What exactly are we going to cover in today's class? So, students, we are talking about modes of nutrition in today's class. So, from this particular topic, particularly one question comes up every year in your board examination as well as in your in-house examinations also. Now, moving ahead, what all are we going to study in today's class? So, students, we will be talking about various life processes and also we will be talking about the various modes of nutrition in organisms. So, now the world is a huge space and it is made up of living and non-living things. So you can see from here, this is the earth and these are all the living components which are present on the surface of earth. For example, you have plants, you have animals, you have humans. They all comprise the living components of the earth. Whereas when we talk about the non-living components, so non-living components, for example, are your chair, your television, anything else. Name any non-living item present in your surroundings. Any non-living item which you can see in your surroundings. Any non-living item. Laptop. Very good. So the student must be attending class from the laptop. So he said laptop. Very good. Very good. Well done. Mobile. Yes. So mobile beds. These are all what? These are non-living components. Okay. But how can you differentiate between living and non-living? So whenever you are seeing an object and you are classifying it as whether it is living or non-living. So for that, there are some characteristics on the basis of which you can say whether a component is living or non-living. So now let's see what all are these characteristics. So students, particularly living characteristics or any component which you see in your surroundings and you want to label it as living, then what will you see in that particular object, in that particular component? So if the first property of living beings is that they have the ability to move. That means the person can perform locomotion. Okay. Next, they can produce offsprings. So yes, the person can give birth to new individuals. So every individual for survival on this earth, what they need to do, every individual for survival of on this earth for continuation of their own offsprings or species, what they do, they give birth to new individuals. Next, they have the ability to respond and react. Now let's take a pause from this particular part and see everyone what is happening. So the doctor is basically trying to put vaccination, or basically this is knee jerk reflex. So the doctor is basically doing what? The doctor is taking a hammer and it is hitting the knee of the person. In response to that, the person or the patient kicks the doctor. Okay. So you people can laugh because our motive is not here to just teach you. Our motive is to make these classes fun for all of you. Okay. So this is an example of respond and react. Now, another example of respond and react is, so whenever you touch an object which is hot, okay, immediately what you do, you pull your hand from here. So that is an example again of respond and react. Next, get rid of waste material. So now once the person is consuming something, obviously the body is going to utilize it, and after utilization, waste material would be generated. Now this waste material has to be secreted or excreted out of the body. Next, the object or the person should have the ability to take food and stay alive. That means it should be able to obtain the nutrition. So yes, from here we are introducing what? We are introducing the term nutrition. Okay. Next, turn food into energy. So students, if I ask you, why do we eat food? Why do we eat food? Type it in the chat box, everyone. Why do we eat food? For nutrition, yes, for energy. So whatever nutrition we are taking, whatever food we are intaking, the person should be able, or the component which you are looking at should be able to convert it into food or turn food into energy. Now, all these processes. So now we are talking about various processes like nutrition, respiration, excretion, transportation, reproduction, sensitivity, growth. All these processes, they are termed as life processes. Okay. Now, these life processes do what? They help you in maintaining the life. Now, we will learn about these processes one by one in today's class. So the first topic or the first life process which we are going to begin in today's class is nutrition. So for survival on the earth, for growth and maintenance, every individual, every human being needs food. So food is taken by the human being for growth and maintenance. Now this food contains various nutrients. Okay. So now from here we can say that nutrients are basically the substances which an organism takes from its surroundings. So the organism is taking in certain nutrients from the surrounding and they are used as the source of energy. So you have several nutrients present in your food. For example, they can be carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Apart from that, students, you also have vitamins. You also have minerals. They are also a type of nutrients which are present in your food. Okay, so all these nutrients, they are present in your food. Now from here, I would like everyone to focus on these three important nutrients: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Why? I want everyone to write these three nutrients in your notebooks with star. Why am I saying this? Because students, when we would be covering about the nutrition in human beings, then eventually you will realize that the entire nutrition, entire human nutrition is based on these three aspects only, is based on the digestion of these three components only. That's it. So from here, just keep it in your memory that these are three important nutrients which are present in an organism's food. Got it, everyone? Is it clear? Is it clear? I want response from everyone. Tehin, Raghul, Raghavi, everyone. Anshita, very good. Okay. Okay, thank you students for responding. So keep interacting like this only in the class. So you can see various nutrients which are present in various food items which you obtain from your surroundings. Now, moving ahead, students. So basically the process of intake of nutrients. So now write it down in your notebook. What is nutrition? The process of intake of nutrients and its utilization by an organism, that is called as nutrition. And what does nutrition do? So nutrition basically provides raw materials to sustain life. Got it? Now, these modes of nutrition. So nutrition is basically of two types. The first one is autotrophic mode of nutrition and the second one is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So now we are going to take up one by one. So initially I would be telling you just the definition of autotrophic nutrition, because autotrophic nutrition is such an important part of life processes. And students, I can assure you personally, even if you go and check CBSE previous year questions, I'll share and we'll also solve these questions during the class as well. Every time one question comes up from the autotrophic nutrition, whether it is a 2-marker question or whether it is a 3-marker question, definitely it is going to come. But what exactly is the trip, or what exactly is the trick to capture that 2 or 3 marks? That when you look at the diagrams which are present in your NCERT, okay? So we would also be discussing that during the class. Now, first of all, let's see what is autotrophic nutrition. So autotrophic nutrition, you can see an organism present from here. In autotrophic mode of nutrition, an organism takes in inorganic substances. So please remember this term from here, inorganic substances. Okay, inorganic, please highlight this term. So the organism is taking inorganic substances from the surrounding, and eventually these inorganic substances are converted into organic food. Okay, so from here we have understood that during the autotrophic mode of nutrition, inorganic substances, they are covered into organic food. Okay, first of all, we have learned this from this particular slide. Okay, now solve this question. Based on this, let's quickly solve this question. Let's see who answers first. Yes, Raghavi, Anshita, Raghul, Jovan, Karthik, Tehin, Ishant, Maya, everyone. Devi Maya, yes. Okay. So I can see answers coming in. Very good. That's how you maintain the energy of the class. So yes, students, well done, everyone. The correct answer is option number C. So during the process of photosynthesis, inorganic substances are covered into organic substances. Now let's see what all are these inorganic substances and what is the organic substance which is getting produced. So students, first of all, let's see, here is a green plant. Okay, so green plants. Now why I am saying green plants? Because all of you know that in green plants there is a photosynthetic pigment present. Can you tell me the name of the photosynthetic pigment which is present in the green plant that actually gives the plant green color? Very good, Anshita. Very good. Anshita is the first one to respond. Raghul, very good. Raghavi, very good. Jovan, Tehin, very good. Very good, everyone. So in green plants, chlorophyll is present. Okay, so green plants in the presence of sunlight. So you can see from here on the green plant, sunlight is falling. Okay, now they take in what? They take in carbon dioxide. So just now in the previous slide, students, we have covered this, that during the process or during the autotrophic nutrition, inorganic is getting converted into organic. So first inorganic component which is being taken by the plants is what? Is carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon dioxide, the first inorganic component. So you can see carbon dioxide is being taken by the plant. Now the second inorganic component is water. Okay, the second inorganic component is water. So now water is being taken by the roots of the plant. Okay. Now when both these things plant receives, then what would happen? Eventually, food will be formed. So now from here, I'm just going to erase it. Okay. Okay, so first inorganic component is CO2. Now, sunlight and chlorophyll, we are going to write over here because these are accessory things which are present. Okay, and now the food, the organic food which is getting converted is what? This is your glucose. Yes, so now eventually C6H12O6. You can see this is organic. Okay, so these are inorganic components, whereas this is the first organic component which is being formed by the plant using these inorganic components. So now food is getting converted. So this process, students, this process here, this is known as photosynthesis. So this process is called as photosynthesis. Now to complete the equation of photosynthesis, can anyone tell me what should I add here? Let's check your class 8 knowledge. Class 8. Apart from glucose, what are all products which are formed during photosynthesis? Yes, everyone. Very good, very good. Very good, Devi Maya. Very good. Oxygen. Anshita is saying oxygen and water. Very good, Raghavi. Very good. So yes, most of you end this here only. Most of the students which I have seen, they simply write it as oxygen. But no students, there is one more product formed, which is water. Okay. Now to balance this equation, this is the exact balanced equation. Okay, so please write it down in your notebooks, the exact balanced equation of photosynthesis. 6CO2 plus 12H2O in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. This gives eventually glucose, 6 oxygen and 6 water molecules. Okay, now this mode of nutrition is called as autotrophic. Okay, now if you break these terms, auto and trophic, auto means self. That means self. In today's world, you have automatic cars. What does this mean? Auto means self-driven cars. Okay, so now they are, auto means self. Okay, and trophic, students, refers to nutrition. Got it, everyone? Is it clear? I hope it is clear to everyone. Any doubts? Anyone? I hope okay. So students, this is just the introduction of autotrophic nutrition. Do not get panicked. Do not get confused. Autotrophic nutrition we would be covering in much detail in next class. Okay. So now solve this question. Ishant, are you getting? Ishant, I want to see your answer. Okay. Everyone is saying option number A. Who hasn't answered? Ishant. Bache, is it okay? Have you understood? Are you understanding the things? Okay. Raghavi, are you writing something? Do you want to ask something? Okay. So the correct answer is autotrophic. Well done, everyone. Well done. Now, next question. Now, take your time and solve this question correctly. Okay. Okay, as soon as I just show the question, I see answers popping in. That means you people are very fast, very quick in responding. That's very nice, all of you. So yes, I can see answers pouring in already. Okay. Anshita, your answer is option number C. Why? Was glucose not formed? Okay, so Anshita has corrected, I think. Okay, so everyone answer is option number D. Anyone with a different opinion? Anyone with a different opinion? Okay, so Anshita, yes, I saw your answer again. It was option number D. I mistakenly saw the above question answer. So yes, the correct answer is option number D, because carbon dioxide is not a product. So students, from here, whatever things we write on the left hand side of the equation, so it was CO2 plus H2O. So whatever things we write on the left hand side of the equation, they are reactants. Okay, they are reactants. And whatever things we write on the right hand side of the equation, so this is C6H12O6. These are what? Glucose. So these all are your products. Okay, so always remember this, that whatever things we are writing down on the left hand side of the equation, that are reactants, and on the right hand side we are writing always products. Got it, everyone? I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear, everyone. I want to see your answers. Okay. Okay. Now, so well done. Now, so although we have just seen autotrophic nutrition, but in our nature, there are certain organisms which cannot prepare their own food. And an example of this is me or you. What? Can you prepare your own food? If I put you in the nature, if I give you sunlight, if I give you carbon dioxide, if I give you H2O, will you be able to prepare your own food? Think on this ground. Okay, so now, has ever this question come to your mind that, ma'am, we are preparing our own food, we are going to the kitchen and we are cooking? Yes. Has anyone ever thought on this ground that, ma'am, we are also preparing our own food? We are going into the kitchen and we are preparing our own food. That means we are performing autotrophic mode of nutrition. It is organic food. Okay, very good, Anshida. Very good. So, okay. So I know most of you must be knowing this answer, but as a teacher, it is my responsibility to give you the exact precise answer of this question. So students, what happens? See, what we are cooking in the kitchen is basically we are processing the food. Okay, what we cook, we don't cook, we are processing it. The raw materials which we get from the market, they are actually the cooked materials which are being manufactured by the plants. Okay, so whether we are taking meat or whether we are taking pure veg items from the market, vegetables, fruits, everything, so those are all the food which are being synthesized in the nature. Now once you get these foods, you process it. So when we say that we are actually cooking in the kitchen, no, we are actually just processing it to make it more aligned to our taste. Okay, so we are processing it so that we can consume it in a better manner. That's all. Okay, so now students, some organisms which cannot prepare their own food and they depend on other animals or other sources. So for example, you can see from here. Okay, so this category of organisms, they include both herbivores and carnivores. Okay, both. Now, this mode of nutrition is called as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Now, if you break it into two parts, hetero means depending on others. So just like auto meant that you are taking the food, okay, you are preparing your own food self. Similarly, hetero means you are depending on others for obtaining your nutrition. And trophic means nutrition. Okay, everyone. So now this type of nutrition, for example, is present in all animals and fungi. So now students, when you would be moving to higher classes, class 11, in that you will be reading that humans also comes under animal kingdom. Okay, so whenever we are writing this, that all animals include you as well, humans as well. Okay, so don't get confused with this. All animals automatically means humans as well. Okay, now moving ahead. Now further moving ahead, we would be discussing about the three modes of heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, so heterotrophic nutrition is basically of three types. So the first one is your saprophytic mode of nutrition. The second one is your holozoic mode of nutrition. And the third one is your parasitic mode of nutrition. So now we would be covering all these types of heterotrophic nutrition one by one. First of all, saprophytic nutrition. So some organisms They break down food into simple substances outside their body. Okay, so what organisms are doing basically? They are breaking down, they are releasing the enzymes outside their body, and they are breaking it down into simpler substances. And then those simpler substances are being absorbed inside. Okay, so with this, you can see from an example here. Okay, I'll just show you this example. So you can see mushroom. Mushroom, bacho, that is also a type of yeast. Okay, sorry, mushroom is basically a type of fungi. Sorry, not yeast. Yeast is also a type of fungi. Mushroom is basically a type of fungi only. Okay, so whenever we cross the forests or whenever we are walking down the streets through a dense vegetation, then we see that on dead and decaying matter, mushrooms grow. Okay, so now you can see from here, there are some food particles. Everyone, please focus on this animation. You can see from here, these are food particles which are present in the surrounding of this mushroom. Now, what mushroom will do? So, mushroom here, it is releasing the enzymes outside its body. So, please mention this term, remember this term here, that releasing enzymes outside the body. Okay, so now the enzymes are getting released outside the body. Now then this food is getting digested into smaller particles, and eventually then these smaller particles are being absorbed by the fungi or by the mushroom. Okay, so that's how you have seen that in saprophytic mode of nutrition, the organism grows on dead and decaying matter, first of all. Second, it releases enzymes outside the body, digest the food in the outside environment only, and then absorb the simpler nutrients. Got it, everyone? Is it clear? Have you people understood? I want everyone's response, or do you want me to repeat it? Everyone? Okay, rest. Who haven't responded? Everyone, please respond. Okay, I'm here for you people. If you have any doubts, then please feel free to ask. Okay, now based on this, so now students, the examples of these are yeast. Yeast is also a type of fungi, yes. Then you have mushrooms and you have some carnivorous plants as well. So carnivorous plants basically, students, so I'll tell you one more interesting thing from here. Can you tell me an example of carnivorous plants? Can you tell me an example of carnivorous plant? Pitcher plant. Very good, Anshita. Very good. Raghavi, Karthik, Devi Maya, Joven, Venus flytrap. Very good. So now students, to add on to your more knowledge on the insectivorous plants. Okay. So now what happens that basically pitcher plant, if we talk of, they feed on other insects. Why? What is the need? First of all, to clear your confusion, pitcher plant is photosynthetic as well. That means pitcher plant can perform photosynthesis. It can synthesize its own food. Then what is the need for pitcher plant? To trap insects and to digest it. Why? Because the soil in which pitcher plants grow, they lack nitrogen. And to obtain this nitrogen, what do? They digest the insects. Okay, so that is just an add-on knowledge for all of you, that why do pitcher plants, despite being photosynthetic, why do they need to trap and digest the insects? Because they need nitrogen. Okay, so please remember these examples from here: yeast, mushroom, and some carnivorous plants. Now let's solve this question, everyone. Okay, I can see answers already pouring in. Very good. Okay, so most of you are saying option number C. Everyone is rather saying option number C. So yes, well done. The correct answer is option number C, saprophytic. Okay, now all of you are not responding. Ishant, Tehin, yes, what would be the answer? Karthik, Karthik has responded. Okay. Now, yes, very good, Ishant. Very good. So the correct answer is saprophytic. Now, next question. Okay. So very good. Raghul, Karthik, Raghavi, Anshita, Devi Maya, Jovan. Okay. Now, who is left? Again, my favorite student, Ishant. Ishan must be feeling ma'am is every time asking me the question because my focus is on every child. Okay. Yes. So very good. Well done, everyone. The correct answer to this is option number B, outside their body. Well done, everyone. I'm so proud of you. Now, the next mode of nutrition is holozoic mode of nutrition. It is again a type of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. In this holozoic mode of nutrition, the organisms take food inside their body and using the digestive enzymes which are present in their body, they digest the food and then absorb it. Okay. For example, human beings, cat, cow. Okay. What we are doing, we are taking in the food and we are digesting it. So now let's see from this animation here. The food is being taken by us, for example. This food is being taken us and it is going where? It is going into your stomach. Now inside the stomach, digestive enzymes are secreted and which is breaking the food into smaller particles. So now you can see from here, the food is getting broken down into smaller particles. Eventually, this smaller particles will travel into your blood and they will reach to the various cells of the body. Now these cells would then use these simpler substances. So that mode of nutrition is called as holozoic mode of nutrition. So from here, remember this, that the enzymes, they are present inside the body and digestion also takes place inside the body. Okay, so please remember these two things from here, that the enzymes are present inside the body and digestion is also taking place inside the body. Now solve this question, everyone. Anshita, option number V. I don't think I can see any option number V or fifth from here. Okay. Option number C. Okay. Now who is left? Everyone? Very good. Very good, everyone. Devi Maya, you haven't responded? Okay, she has responded. Yes, yes, yes. I can see. Yes. So now the correct answer to this is yes, very good. Option number C, holozoic. Now, next question. See, students, the level of question in this class, they are relatively easier. Why? Because in the first class itself, I do not want you people to get panic or to get burdened. But in next class, I can definitely assure you that the level of questions is definitely going to rise. Okay. So be prepared. Today is just the seasoning class for all of you. Yes. So the correct answer to this is option number C, holozoic. Well done, everyone. Now, the last mode of heterotrophic mode of nutrition is parasitic nutrition. Now, in parasitic mode of nutrition, what happens that some plants or animals, they take nutrition from other plants or animals without killing them. Okay, but during this process, what they would do, they would harm the host. So just now you must have seen a robber. Okay, so robber, what does a robber do? What does a thief do? He go and he basically robs all the things which you have purchased or which you are in possession of. So whatever things is being made or is being synthesized by other, whatever nutrition is being made by other organism, the parasite basically goes and attaches itself to the organism and obtain or snatch it from that. So particularly the organism on which the parasite gets attached is called as a host. So that is a host parasite relationship. Remember this, host parasite. Parasite is the organism which is snatching or which is basically making the robbery of the nutrition which is being made by the other organism, whereas host is basically the organism from which it is getting snatched. Okay. Now, example are cuscuta, So cuscuta you can see from here. Cuscuta is also called as amar bale. Now, amar bale does what? It wraps itself around other plants, and what does it do? It derives the nutrition, it derives the glucose which is being synthesized by that plant. Next example is ticks. So you must have seen ticks on the surface of dogs, okay, on the bodies of dogs or other pets. So what do? They get attached to the skin of your pets and they suck blood or they derive nutrition out of it. Then the third example are lice. So lice is commonly seen on human head. Fourth example is leeches. So leeches, they often get attached to the skin of humans and they simply suck blood out of your skin. Okay. Then the last example is tapeworms. So tapeworms, they are present in intestine. And what do? So basically intestine, now you can see that is the main point where all nutrition is happening, where all nutrition is getting digested, or where what all food is getting down into simpler substances. So eventually tapeworms will take care all that nutrition. So where do they reside? They reside in the intestine of man and derives nutrition from there. So now based on this, students, let's solve this question. Okay, I can already see answers pouring in. Now, remember from here, parasitic plant is being asked. Plant. Plant is what? Plant. Okay, Tehin, Ragul. Rethink your answers. Yes. So the correct answer is option number D, Cuscuta. Cuscuta is a plant. Rest three all are not plants. Okay, pitcher plant is also plant, but that is pitcher plant basically performs which saprophytic mode of nutrition. Now, next, unscramble these terms. Now let's make the class a bit lighter. Yes, everyone, quickly. Very good. Autotrophic. Okay, autotroph. Okay, very good. This is autotroph. One is solved. Okay, next. Heterotroph. Trophic nahi hai, it is heterotroph. Okay, very good. Next. Parasitic, low. Very good. Who has solved it? Devi Maya. Yes, very good. So that is parasite and that is saprophyte. So yes, well done everyone. Okay. Now students, in next class, we would be talking about nutrition in amoeba. So we will be covering this in the next class. So for now, I'm just showing you this. Now we can skip this and let's conclude this class. So what all have we studied? So now you people are going to answer. So students, tell me this. Okay. In which mode of nutrition the organism makes its own food? In which mode of nutrition the organism makes its own food? Autotroph. Yes, very good. So in autotrophic mode of nutrition, the organisms makes its own food, whereas in heterotrophic mode of nutrition, the organism depends on others. Now we had studied three types of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Saprophyte, example is fungi. Then you have parasite, example is cuscuta, leeches, ticks, lice, and holozoic, examples are humans. Okay. So now students, I'll just show you the platform. So now students, once you log into the Q&A platform, you can go to the practice session, custom. Then you will go to the science section. And from here, for example, this is live processes, view topics. Now you might not be able to solve this exactly all the questions of this topic. But now, for example, let's solve. Let me show you that how do you practice questions. Okay. So now, for example, if any one of you might be able to answer this, anything. So eventually with time, you will be able to solve all these questions once you get into the regular classes with us. Okay. Anything, any answer to this is welcome. Okay. So now, for example, let's mark this, save and next. Okay. Now let's mark this. Okay. Now submit test. randomly. So 2 correct and 0 incorrect. Okay. So now what you will do, students, you can also go to the review questions tab and you can see the correct explanation from here. And also you can see that to solve this question, what is exactly the prerequisite topic or concept knowledge you required and what is learning skill you required. So that's how, students, you can solve as many questions as you want to solve on the platform. So what's next? So in students, in next class, we would be talking about nutrition in amoeba, and also we will be talking about autotrophic mode of nutrition. So that's all, students, for today's class. I hope you have enjoyed this class and quickly enroll with us. I hope everyone has enjoyed this class. Any doubts, anyone? Any doubts, anyone? I hope you have enjoyed the class. Okay, no is for doubts or whether you have not enjoyed the class. Have you enjoyed the class? First of all, answer this. Have you enjoyed the class? Okay, yes. Thankfully, yes. I thought no. Okay. So yes, I hope you have enjoyed the class. Okay. So yes, thank you everyone, and I'll see you in next class. Similarly, like this, we'll study, we'll have fun, and we'll learn in a fun-loving manner. Okay. So with this, everyone, thank you. Bye bye, and I'll see you in next class. Till then, keep studying and stay focused and stay hydrated. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Take care.